Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. We're offering the most powerful stock charts available on the market. The Max Vest 1000 charts. Now, the difference between these charts and all the other charts is this follows the money. Yes, it gives you a buy-sell signal. I know you're going to say, well, they all do. No, not true. The difference with the Max Vest is they follow the important money, the hedge funds, the biggest banks, the 401ks, the pension fund managers. That's the big difference. They're not following the emotion. That's what most charts do. They follow the money. That's what MaxVest does, follows the money. Check it out. Join my gang, philsgang.com. Oh, and the chart is low as $19.95 a month. For more information, just go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-GANG. We will see you on the charts.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Here comes a new president, new beginnings, and new hopes, which can also bring volatile times. Many investors get spooked and begin to question their investments. But the thing to realize is that market volatility is inevitable, and it's a great opportunity to get in the stock market. No one at philsgang.com will tell you when the market correction is coming, and we will not promise you you're going to get rich, but we will guarantee you a good night's sleep. At philsgang.com, our number one goal is to inform investors who want to learn and invest in the stock market. We provide daily investment teaching strategies and the analysis of charting the stock market. You are informed around the clock with market webinars, market updates, working investor programs, and financial updates throughout the day. Plus, you'll enjoy the Phil's Gang customer service. Be prepared for market volatility and make profits with philsgang.com. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
It's pretty amazing when you consider that 7 years ago, we didn't have the treatments we have now. We cure 80% of children with cancer. Go back 50 years, we were curing 20 to 30%. This is the miracle story of modern medicine. We understand what makes this cancer tick. And of course, without donors from around the world, this just couldn't happen. There's one thing we're focused on, and that's beating this thing.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Would you like to know how to secure your financial future? At philsgang.com, Phil Grandy and the Phil's Gang staff teaches and coaches you to build a successful investing plan to achieve your goals. philsgang.com gives you instruction on how to find low-risk, high-potential investing opportunities in the stock market. If you're new to the stock market and want to master the basics of stock investing and learn how to invest in stocks with little risk, then philsgang.com is your place. Learn from their extensive collection of educational videos about investing strategies and the analysis of charting. Every weekday, philsgang.com hosts live market webinars. They post market updates throughout the day. They have working investor programs, and they provide financial updates throughout the day, and all material is archived. For only $39.95 a month, there is no other service like Phil's Gang offers. Start the new year off right. Secure your financial future with philsgang.com. Give them a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. We're a teaching format, and boy, do we give good service. You know, buying a stock doesn't have to be complicated. The reason why Wall Street makes it complicated, so to make you think you need to hire them. You can do better without them, believe me, because you're not going to have those big fees. Come to Phil's Gang, where we'll show you an easy way to buy a stock. philsgang.com, where we don't make it complicated, but profitable.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
El que St. Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When St. Jude told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow. they pretty much have saved us.
It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders, and now your focus is supporting this child.
There is not another hospital like St. Jude. The patient care is unmatchable. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
Hi, my name is Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You know the stock market goes up 72% of the time? Then why is it that the retail customer, 80% of the time, have lost money? Because they don't know when to get out. And that's why I'm providing a product called my MV2 chart that solves that problem. It's always about when do I get out? That problem has been solved. Check it out, my MV2 chart. Don't miss it.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
It's important for me to take some time to process this amazing things that we've gone through. I want to do some writing. I want to be quiet a little bit and not hear myself talk so darn much.
Boy, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Welcome to Phil's Gang, coast to coast around the country, off the Wall Street Radio Network. Obama continues to be sneaky. That's right. His last 5 days, he leaves us a present. Guess what he does? He lays on us, on business, more regulations. More regulations. They're costing us $111 billion a year. In the last 5 days, after midnight, he secretly puts on these regulations. He gets them through. Can you believe that? $111 billion. That's on top of the already $123 billion it costs us, small business, for the regulations he whacked us in 2016. Such a coward, he wouldn't even do it during the day. He just snuck around and put them on. Look what else he did. Manning. Can you believe that? This guy Manning let him go? I don't know if you remember who he was, but he was the soldier. He was the soldier that we paid for to have a sex change. And she was, or he at the time was an intelligence analyst. I don't know how intelligent he was, but intelligent analyst in Iraq. He stole hundreds of thousands of classified documents. He turned them over to WikiLeaks. People got killed because of it. Soldiers got killed because of it. He was serving a 35-year sentence. She now is going to just be released on May 17th, so she'll only have served 7 of the 35 years. What does this tell you about Obama? Between the last 5 days putting the regulations on, letting this guy Manning. I mean, this guy is a murderer. This guy is he's a traitor. It's just unbelievable.
President Obama has commuted the prison sentences of more than 200 people, including former Army intelligence analyst Chelsea Manning. Manning, who can be freed as of midday, has served more than 6 years of her 35-year prison sentence after pleading guilty to a massive 2010 leak of classified documents to WikiLeaks. Now, the information included hundreds of thousands of military documents from the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, as well as secret State Department files.
Let's be clear. Chelsea Manning has served a tough prison sentence.
I wonder how much money George Soros is dumping in a Swiss account for Obama to do this. That makes absolutely no sense at all. No sense. You know, you have to wonder, who are the people that get inside his head to make these crazy decisions he made all through his presidency? Who are these people? I mean, think about it. First of all, the press, if it wasn't for the press, if the press did their job when he was nominated the first time, if they went into his background and saw the group of people that influenced him during his formative years, he would have never been president. America would never elected him. The press hid it. The press never went into his background. Never saw Marshall Davis, Alice Palmer, Bill Ayers, Bernardine Gore, Pastor Jeremy Wright. We all know Pastor Jeremy Wright.
Barack knows what it means to be a black man living in a country and a culture that is controlled by rich white people.
20 years he's listening to that. Not to mention the influence of this group of radicals. But the press never got into it, never told the American people who influenced his thinking. Like this guy, this nut, Jeremy Wright. If they did, and they reported on this group of radicals, he would never have been the 44th president of the United States. No way. And who suffered? We did. It's just crazy. It's unbelievable. Now, think about his decision of national health care. These are the same people who influenced that. That Obamacare, remember, set a course that not only ended Obama's legacy, his presidency, but ended prosperity here in America. Over the last same 5 years Obamacare was in place, the number of families living in homeless shelters increased by 60% in cities like New York City, Chicago, and LA. What are they talking about? The economy is doing much better. You hear them all the time. Boy, I'm leaving office, but I want to let you know, economy's doing great. Really? It's unbelievable. Obamacare was a lie. Killed our economy. Unbelievable. They also lied about that. Not just you could keep your health care, you could keep your doctor. We know that one. We're all sick of it. But think about what else he did. They're lying about their claim that 20 million Americans now have health care who never had it before. First of all, that's a lie. Because those 20 million Americans always had health care. When you and I paid our premiums before Obamacare, there was like a surcharge we never saw. It's buried in our premium, like 3.2%. That was to pay the emergency rooms. That's right. And the county taxes. And there was the hospital emergency rooms were always taken care of, knowing that the homeless would come in there and the people without insurance, and they'd be taken care of. So that's a total lie. Number one. First of all, it's not 20 million. It's 14 million. And there's another lie. Take 12 million of the 14 million. What Obama did and didn't tell us is he shifted it to the state Medicaid. He said to the governors here, hey, we were going to take 12 million of these people and put them on your Medicaid. Well, wait a minute, I thought this was Obamacare. But he shifts them to Medicaid, state Medicaid, and he says to the governors, look, don't worry, I'm going to promise you the federal government will send you the money to reimburse your Medicaid costs to take these 12 million people. Well, guess what? That was a lie. He lied to the states. Why? Because we didn't have it in our budget. The states never received that 12 million. Those people still aren't getting coverage. So to say that there's 20 million is a lie. Back that down to the 14 million, but then you got to take another 12 million out of that were shifted to the states. What a fraud. This is unbelievable. I mean, I don't get it. Small businesses are closing left and right because of Obamacare. That's right. Obamacare is the cost, the real cost behind 10,000 small businesses closing, nearly 300,000 jobs lost, and $19 billion in lost wages. Obamacare. Now, that doesn't count the 15 million full-time jobs that were cut to part-time jobs. And you know what happens to that? Next stop is poverty. So we increased our number of part-time jobs to the highest in history at 28 million. So who are these people that influence Obama? His decision-making. It can be seen everywhere. Example, At a 2009 press conference, Obama was asked whether he believed in American exceptionalism. Obama said no. No? Obama said America is no more unique or exceptional than Britain, Greece, or any other country. Wow. Remember when he went on his tour to apologize to the world that we think we're exceptional? So who got in his head? The statement not only insulted us, but our founders. It's just incredible. This group of radicals took parking space in Obama's head in his formative years, and it just killed us. We'll be back. Take a look at the stocks, 15 past the hour here in Phil's Gang. Join my gang, Phil's Gang.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. You know, I'm limited with time. Real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Open Line Friday. Don't forget, every Friday, here's the number, 855-745-7445. Use that number to participate in my radio show where I can give you information on your stock. Don't forget, that's every Friday, Open Line Friday. That's here on philsgang.com, every Friday.
Don't miss it. Tune in and call Phil with your stock questions on Open Line Fridays. Left-wing, right-wing, libertarians, independents. We may not all agree on politics, but we all agree that we need to plan for retirement. At philsgang.com, we prepare you and educate you on how to invest in the stock market so you can secure your retirement and live comfortably. Call Phil's Gang today, 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. If you're a Phil's Gang member or a fan of the Phil's Gang show, then you need the all-new Phil's Gang hat. Now available in a variety of colors and cool comfort styles for only $25. You can show your Phil's Gang pride with the stylish Are You Nuts hat or Phil's Gang logo hat. Don't wait. Go to philsgang.com and click on the shopping cart icon to order your hat today or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You're probably familiar with a pillow commercial that's everywhere. It's on TV. And wherever you put it, get the pillows, this new pillow that's out. You know what? You don't need a pillow good night's sleep. You want to make sure your investments are safe. That's where you get the good night's sleep. And that's what you get here at Phil's Gang with our technology. It's built in to show you when your stock is ready to fail, when your stock is ready to rally. That's right, it follows the money. You don't need a pillow. You need Phil's Gang. That's how you get a good night's sleep. You'll always know well in advance if the market's going to collapse or your stock. Join my gang, philsgang.com. For more information, just go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-GANG. We will see you on the charts.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Would you like to know how to secure your financial future? At philsgang.com, Phil Grandy and the Phil's Gang staff teaches and coaches you to build a successful investing plan to achieve your goals. philsgang.com gives you instruction on how to find low-risk, high-potential investing opportunities in the stock market. If you're new to the stock market and want to master the basics of stock investing and learn how to invest in stocks with little risk, then philsgang.com is your place. Learn from their extensive collection of educational videos about investing strategies and the analysis of charting. Every weekday, philsgang.com hosts live market webinars. They post market updates throughout the day. They have working investor programs, and they provide financial updates throughout the day, and all material is archived. For only $39.95 a month, there is no other service like Phil's Gang offers. Start the new year off right. Secure your financial future with philsgang.com. Give them a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
I think President Obama was interested in making sure that justice was served. And what you have in the case of Chelsea Manning is a young woman who has acknowledged that she committed crimes. She took responsibility for committing those crimes. She expressed remorse for committing those crimes, and has spent most of the last 7 years behind bars at Leavenworth. So I think it'd be...
Can you imagine some kid who smoked pot or sold a small bag of pot to a pal and sitting in jail for 15 years or 12 years hearing about this? Here is a traitor. This is so bad, it's unbelievable. But it's typical Obama. And again, to understand Obama's thinking, like going in after midnight and putting on more regulations in the last 5 days to screw us, it's going to cost us small businesses another $111 billion in costs. You got to think. You got to get back to his thinking. Who is behind him? We're going to visit that a little bit later. But right now, let's go make some money.
The Phil's Gang Stock Corner is brought to you by the MaxVest 1000 Stock Charts.
You know, it's amazing when I've designed these stock charts, especially the MV2, the color-coded technology chart, which tells you when to buy and when to sell. Timing couldn't have been more perfect because, again, it was right after the crash of 2008. People were getting out of the market left and right. Their big fear was, you know, I can't stand to be in the market anymore. I mean, I get in, everything's going fine, bang, I lose my money. And that was the biggest problem. Everybody was fearful of losing their money. Anybody can get in, buy a stock, start making money, but the key, the talent, is when to get out, when to identify, get out. And you got to, and to get out, you got to fight emotion. You got to fight emotion, because that's what stocks are. Emotion. It's all emotional. Candlesticks on a chart, the little candlesticks you see, that's emotion. It measures your emotion. You got to fight that emotion, and that's what charting does for you. So when it turns red, and you don't get out, you're a dope. If you want to stay in, you got to be a dope, a total dope. If you're up 10% in the stock, why would you not get out? Turns red. And I did desire that in my mind, fear that people have they won't get out in time. And the other problem is that the advice that we get. Do you know it's really bad? Congress, and I hope Trump changes this, Congress continues to protect the mutual fund industry, the 401k mutual fund industry, a bunch of cockroaches. Think about it. Your 401k, the mutual fund that they stuffed in the 401k, which is a tax law, by the way. It was never designed as a retirement fund. How could it be with the outrageous expenses? Are you kidding? The hidden expenses, they steal every day $250 million. $250 million every day in fees, trading. You don't even see it because they bury it deep. They bury it deep in your account. You can't even see it. It's a net asset value. That's where they bury it. You're never going to get it. But think about this. Mutual funds is the only product in America that Americans buy, and they don't know the price of it. They don't know the quality of it. It's danger. Because, see, the mutual fund industry, They own Congress. And it's become a racket. And talk about the racket. The real racket is after they switched from pension funds to 401ks because Wall Street decided there is more money in financial service economy than a manufacturing economy, and they turned around and pushed all manufacturing overseas, shoved all our jobs overseas. This way they could make more money as a financial center instead of a manufacturing center, especially financial services. And that's what they did this, of course, in the 70s and 80s. I mean, the whole thing was rigged against you, these 401ks. You just can't make any money. You got the 12(1)B fees, the custodial fees, the legal fees, the transfer agent fees, the sub-transfer agent fees, recording, bookkeeping, free brochures, office expense, bookkeeping. That all, you pay for every bit of it. And that's why just a 2% fee, a 1% fee, think about 1%. Everybody pays 2%, but even 1%, for every 1% you pay, you lose over 30% of your money. But the average person pays more than 2%, which is half. Half of your money's gone. The average person with the hidden fees pay 3%. So you can't make any money with a 401k. 401k industry is it's a crooked operation. So you can take control and you can go to any chart, put a stock on it, especially when you hear something like this here from CNBC. These cockroaches.
Time for the final trade right now. If you buy the Pepsi Cola, it's going to do well in a weak dollar environment.
Buy Pepsi Cola, it's going to do well. Really? Pepsi's going to do well in a weak dollar. Really? How does he know that? Oh, it used to be. No longer. No longer. So I put it on my chart when I heard that today. It's one of the stocks we trade. And I look, and back in December 5th, my gang members bought it. And at that point, it was around about $100, and then it turned red. It went up about 6%. Then it turned red on January 6th. So he has her buying Pepsi right now, with the institutions getting out. Can you imagine? So he's telling to buy Pepsi. It's a great thing, but Vanguard's getting out, BlackRock's getting out, T. Rowe Price is getting out. Bank of New York, Mellon's getting out. J.P. Morgan's getting out. Franklin's Resources getting out. And if you dug up J.P. Morgan, he's second in motion to get out. But they told him, get in. But wouldn't it have been a beautiful thing? You know to buy Pepsi. It's one of your stocks, just like it's one of ours. You know you got a 6% gain, and you don't have to worry. It turned red. Isn't that a beautiful thing? It turned red, so it told you to be out. No surprise, no shock, you're out. And even better, all you have to do is click on the chart where it says a little button, sell short. You could have sold the stock when it hit 104, and you could sell as it dropped down to 101.32, made even more money. But it's not about the money, it's about having control. And the 401k mutual fund industry takes control away from you, and they screw you. It's unbelievable. And there's nobody there to help you. We'll be right back. Here's the number, 877-600-GANG. Call right now. Join up. Try it for a month.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. You know, I'm limited with time. Real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Phil Grandy is a career businessman who has also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine for the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with the prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grandy has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passion and desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com.
If you're looking to make extra income, if you're looking to pay off bills and plan for your retirement, then check out philsgang.com. Philsgang.com is an online educational service that informs you, coaches you, and guides you on how to invest in the stock market. Get daily advice to buy stocks, short stocks, and learn when to get out of your positions. Philsgang.com provides daily webinars, alerts, educational tutorials, and all material is archived. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming. This key
that we didn't have to pay a single bill. I was like, wow. They pretty much have saved us.
It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders, and now your focus is supporting this child.
There is not another hospital like St. Jude. The patient care is unmatchable. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, there's nothing worse than you're investing in a stock and during the day something happens and you don't know what to do. You don't know who to call. Or you call somebody and they just give you a bunch of BS. Not here at Phil's Gang. We value every gang member. During the day, you got a question about your stock, you contact us. We have the best service in the world. philsgang.com. You're not alone. You're a gang member.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I look chart. You know, I'm limited with time. Real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. This segment of the Phil's Gang Show is brought to you by the MV Stock Charts. For more information, go to philsgang.com.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. If you recall, back in right around December 27th, and I begged you. I said, look, join the gang and please start following me in mining stocks, the ETF, GDX. I said, just join the gang. It's $39.95. Try it. Just follow me in that one stock. I'll hold your hand all the way through. So it turned green. And guess what? That stock right now, GDX, we have a return on that of about 20%. And again, I'm not saying every gang member got the whole 20%. It identifies when it turns green, and they'll identify when it turns red. In between there, gang members can get in when they want or not. It's up to them. But the opportunity is there. Once it turns green, it tells you, get in. Turns red, get out. And the beautiful part is when it turns red, you don't have to worry. You're not going to get surprised. That's the beautiful thing. All right, let's move on. Again, join 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-GANG. And the beautiful thing is, when the market goes down, you can make money on the way down when it turns red. We show you how to do that. We hold your hand. We work with you. We have more service than anybody else. So check it out. And as I say, I think the dollar's going to get worse. I think the mining stocks are going to go up because the dollar's going to get worse because things are going to get worse. Oh, here, listen to this. Janet Yellen.
Everything that I've done has been designed to, number one, stabilize the economy, get it growing again, start producing jobs again.
Oh, really? So let me ask you, if that's the case, then why is it the world trade deficit has cost us 5 million jobs? Why? With an additional 1.4 million high-paying construction, mining jobs. Why? How come our labor productivity is declining? Our industrial production is the weakest in 10 years. Our labor market is the weakest in 10 years. We had the lowest factory orders in 10 years. Why? Our factory orders are plunging. Annual payroll growth is at a 20-year low. Are you nuts? Manufacturing jobs between 2012 and 2013 dropped from 426,000 to 157,000. We haven't gained not one of those back. And from December 2014 to December 2015, we lost another 1.4 million high-paying jobs, which you replaced with 700,000 bartenders, waitresses, frontline social workers, or healthcare takers. What are you talking about? Factory orders, capital investment plunging to its lowest level since 2009. Earnings, this is the first time we've gotten a 3% earnings since the last quarter of 2015. We have not had a positive profitable earnings growth. Hopefully at the end of this, we'll show up with 3%. This is crazy. None of this is true. This whole thing is an illusion, which was created. This big bubble is created. But we don't care. I can go into my chart, and when GDX, all I want to know, are they buying it? Are these sites buying it? Vanguard and the rest of it, are they buying it? That's all. You're following the money. You always follow the money, don't you? In life, you follow the money. You want a question? Find out what's going on. Follow the money. Always follow the money. And I love these 401ks. When they came out with that racket, they said, oh, now it's going to be your responsibility to manage your own money. So a guy's in a plant, he works a lay. What does he know about managing? The three things you need to be an expert, if you're going to be responsible for your own retirement: one, identify how much you need to save for retirement. Ask some lay operator, some machine operator. He's not going to know. An example, you think he knows if he's making $100,000 to live the same kind of lifestyle he became accustomed to on $100,000, he's going to need 1.5 million to retire? He doesn't know that. How's he going to identify how to invest, let's say, 15% of his income to reach the 1.5 million? He doesn't know. And once you are retired and you have that lump sum in your pocket, how do you keep reinvesting it so you don't outlive it? Oh, so what did they decide to do? Come up with another racket. Call planners and financial advisors.
What's a financial advisor?
That is a term that means almost nothing. It is somebody who might be a financial planner, or it could be a broker who is really a salesperson.
He's an idiot. You got to take control or you are not going to retire well. Social Security's not going to be there. Even if it's there, they're going to cut back. They're going to cut back the amount of benefits for sure. The only place you can go and make money and make sure your retirement is secure is with the stock market. But you hate the stock market, and I don't blame you. The part you hate is losing money after you gain, and nobody told you to get out. And you call and say, should we get out? Should we get out? They sell you another stock. Well, you don't do that here at Phil's Gang. You take charge. When it turns red, you make that decision. Can you overcome your greed to stay in? That's the hardest part. Overcome your greed to stay in. Then I love it. When people do that and the stock goes down, They blame their dog. They blame the noise was in the background, or they always blame everything. Just like Obama. Obama blames everything. Don't you love it with Obama? He blames everything. His whole foreign policy, he blames on everybody else except himself. This guy is such a fraud, it's incredible. I can't wait till he's gone. He blamed his failure in Libya on the British Prime Minister, David Cameron. Remember that? Saying, oh, he didn't follow up on his nation building. He failed to get Parliament on board. Are you kidding me? That was a lie. Obama now says he never called ISIS a JV team. Everybody knows he did. He said it was the National Intelligence Director, Clapper, and he blamed Clapper for underestimating the strength of ISIS, and especially in Syria. What a lie. Obama also, he denied he ever said anything about the red line that he drew in the sand with the Syrian president in regards to his warning the Syrian president and his use of chemical weapons. You know who he blamed for that? He said, I never did that. He said, that was Congress. This guy never does anything wrong. See, one thing about the stock market I like, you got to take blame yourself. If you got the right tools and it turns green and you don't get in and you miss it, by the time it turns red, you got to blame yourself. If you do get in and you're up 10% and you don't want to take your profits and it turns red and you stay in, you blame yourself. So here's the number, 877-600-GANG. These 401ks, why don't you do this? I know you're not going to get out of your 401k. Why don't you use my chart, become a gang member, use my chart to assist you with your 401k. It's that simple. You know, the stock market is a great place. And you don't need all these stocks. Every day on these programs, they hand you more stocks, the hot stock, the good stock. This stock's doing that stock. You should be doing this because of that. You stay simply with the same 5 stocks all year. What do you think, I'm nuts? You take the S&P 500 or take the Dow 30 or the S&P 100, pick out 5 brand name stocks. Goldman Sachs, Intel, IBM, Caterpillar, Schlumberger. We've been in those for over a year now. But we get out when it turns red. We get back in when it turns green. By staying with those same 5 stocks, you become part of those stocks. You never lose the pattern. In other words, being in the same 5 stocks, you're going to always know when it's time to buy and when it's time to sell. You get into the rhythm with that stock. Doesn't that make sense? All these stocks they hand you and talk about, it's all a bunch of nonsense. It's all about generating fees for themselves. You stay with the same 5 stocks. Join the gang. I'll show you how to do it. Try it for 30 days. 877-600-GANG. They're there to take your phone call right now. We'll be right back. More on the market and more on who are these people that influenced Obama.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. You know, I'm limited with time. Real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, my name is Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You know the stock market goes up 72% of the time? Then why is it that the retail customer, 80% of the time, have lost money? Because they don't know when to get out. And that's why I'm providing a product called my MV2 chart that solves that problem. It's always about when do I get out? That problem has been solved. Check it out, my MV2 chart. Don't miss it.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
Let me ask you, Could you use a little extra money? Well, of course you could. Everybody could use that extra revenue to pay the bills, pay down debt, or save for retirement. With Phil'sGang.com, we help you make that extra income in the stock market. For over 15 years, Phil Grandy and the Phil'sGang.com team have helped folks who are interested in learning short-term and long-term investing by providing professional-level charting skills and strategies. Phil'sGang.com is your #1 source to learn, invest, and profit in the stock market. And you can do this for only $39.95 a month. With Phil'sGang.com, you learn how to invest in the market, you get daily investment coaching guidance, and you will learn to invest and trade with the skills and confidence of the pros. Just log on and get daily investment instructions and make profits. Plus, all Phil'sGang.com material is archived for your convenience. Go to Phil'sGang.com to join or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Call today.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, Phil'sGang.com. Open Line Friday. Don't forget, every Friday, here's the number, 855-745-7445. Use that number to participate in my radio show where I can give you information on your stock. Don't forget, that's every Friday, Open Line Friday. That's here on Phil'sGang.com, every Friday.
Don't miss it. Tune in and call Phil with your stock questions on Open Line Fridays. Left-wing, right-wing, libertarians, independents. We may not all agree on politics, but we all agree that we need to plan for retirement. At Phil'sGang.com, we prepare you and educate you on how to invest in the stock market so you can secure your retirement and live comfortably. Call Phil's Gang today, 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to Phil'sGang.com. That's Phil'sGang.com.
Money, 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 can you use?
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out Phil'sGang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Join my gang. The number is 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. I will assist you. I'll be with you. You're going to love it. Never again do you have to worry about being out on time. Those days are gone with my color technology. You'll see. It works. So call now, 877-600-GANG, and they're there to take your call. And they're not somewhere in China or somewhere taking your call. They're right here in Sarasota. Okay. Think of the things that Obama did. I'll be so glad when he's gone. I already told you. He flew around the world telling people that he was sorry for our country thinking we're exceptional. And he apologized to everybody. Where would that come from? Who influenced that? Now, think about this. Obama had no clue. Think about it. No clue about anything. He had no experience. So he starts pulling from his father. He starts adopting his father's ideas to redistribute wealth and expand the size of government as a social state, and for big federal government to take control over our daily lives, our business, our home mortgages, investment banking, healthcare, autos, energy, take total control. That came from his father. Obama had no clue about business. He was so misguided by his collectivism thinking, he even went and funded Brazilian exploration with our money so that the oil could stay in Brazil, not even bring it over here. Obama, June 15, 2010, his speech in response to the Gulf oil spill. He focused not on the cleanup strategies, think about this, but rather on the fact that Americans consume more than 20% of the world's oil, but have less than 2% of the world's resources, which had nothing to do with the oil spill. What the hell's that? Obama then declared even banks that want to repay their bailout money, well, they're not going to get permission to do that. They're going to be forced to keep the money. Where's this thinking come from? And then he announces that the rich aren't paying their fair share of taxes. What's he, nuts? Given the fact that top 1% of Americans pay 40% of all federal income tax, and the top 10% pay 70% of all the tax, and the bottom 40% pay nothing. What's he, nuts? This is the one that gets me. The press never reported for 13 years prior to running for the state senate that he was a practicing Muslim. No question about it. Which he inherited from his mother. To honor his mother's memory, which the press never reported, he was, again, while he's a practicing Muslim as well, Obama supported the building of the $100 million mosque near the site where the terrorists, in the name of Islam, brought down the World Trade Center. Remember that? Who would do that? Then Obama demands the release of the Lockerbie bomber convicted, remember the deaths of the 270 Americans? He demands that he's released. No press coverage. Then Obama informs NASA, the chief, Bolden of NASA, and said his primary mission of America's space agency would be to improve relations with the Muslim world. John Glenn went nuts. To reach out to the Muslim world to help them feel good about their historic contribution to science and math and engineering. What, was he, nuts? This is what he said to the head of NASA, Bolden. That's his primary mission, to make Muslims feel good. This is crazy stuff. Remember, it was Obama's father's influence that was responsible for Obama adopting his father's position that capitalism and the free market are code words for economic plunder. And the answer was bigger government, his father said. And the answer his father said was redistribution of wealth. He saw state appropriation of wealth as a necessary means to achieve the anti-colonial objective of taking resources away from back then the British. He called them the British looters, and restoring them to the people of Africa. See where he gets his thinking? And then Obama proposed his father's idea that the state confiscate private land, raise taxes with no upper limit. He also said there is nothing that can stop government from taxing up to 100% of a person's income, so long as people get benefits from the government. Wow, that's cool. It was the collective influence of his mother, father, Marshall Davis, Alice Palmer, Bill Ayers, and this woman Dorn, all socialists / Marxists, that influenced him, that caused his presidency to fail. And of course, the famous Jeremy Wright. This guy was so clueless, so clueless. So glad to get rid of him. I mean, think of Bill Ayers and Brendan Dorr. Know who they were? They were former terrorists from the Weather Underground, whose organization received financial contributions from CPUSA, that's the Communist Party USA in Chicago, which was used to fund Obama's run for Palmer's state Senate seat in 1995. Now, who's Palmer? Palmer was a sitting state senator, Alice Palmer, handpicked her young protege, Barack Obama, to succeed her. She, for 9 years, flew to Russia every year for 6 months to study communism. And she was a state senator. She loved Obama. So she groomed him for his seat. And then it was Bill Ayers and Dorr, Bernardine Dorr, who formed, these were the terrorists, of course, who got him funded through the Communist Party USA in Chicago. This is crazy stuff. But the press never reported this. Never. All of the people were all active in the Communist Party USA in Chicago. See, that's where all his thinking came from. And that's why he's a failure. As he was trying to take that thinking from those people. I mean, what a group of people that surrounded him, that influenced him. Think about it. Trash. Real trash. And these were his role models. And that's why when he became president, he should have never became president, but the press never brought it out. Never. Never dug into it and brought it out. And so here we are. We now have 8 years that put us behind 10 or 20 years to refix all this, to get this socialist thinking out, to make people feel good. Look, you want people to feel good. You want them to succeed. That's what this guy didn't want. That he didn't want people working. He didn't want them to succeed. If a guy was on welfare and he went and got an extra job to make another $100 a week, they take his welfare away from him. They punish him for trying to succeed. What a contrast is going to be between Obama and Trump. So this is all behind us. Another couple of days, thank God we don't have to talk about this guy anymore. And I feel the economy is going to turn around. The market's going to be terrific. We're going to get a nice correction in this market we need, because this market's all fake. It's been front-loaded. It's been all pushed up by stock buybacks, using fake data, manipulated unemployment numbers. Trump is going to clean this all up. And he's going to let the market, this time when the bubble breaks, he's going to let it come back. He's not going to stop it. He's not going to stop the market from going down. And that's why, if you're with me, you're going to make money as well as going down as we do on the way up, because we just follow the same chart. This time, if it's red, we follow it down. Going green, we follow it up. But Trump is not going to stay here or stand in the way of a correction of 20, 30%, or stand in the way of a recession. Both recessions and corrections are a normal thing. They're both good. A correction for the stock market. This stock market is overblown by 50%. It's got to be corrected. If we keep doing the same thing, keep pushing this market higher with no profits, where stocks are up like 15, 20 times further ahead than the profits, that's called a bubble. That means the economy is going to get worse and worse and worse. We got to have productivity. And then we take the best companies, go back to looking at the best companies. And when we see it turn green, we buy. So simple. I've never been so excited about this market or this country or the economy. Thank God this is almost over, behind us. Call now, 877-600-GANG. Become a gang member. Honest, the charts work. We'll see you on the charts.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.